want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. Open man, it's Preston Williams. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Ballage. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
They run it with Ballage. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's a party now. Mike 55, Mike 55.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Right there in the middle, 55. Come on. You better bring it. Watch out. Wide. Get wide.
61, matchbox lights.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 36.
Check. Crunch. Yo, go. Big grip.
Balaj. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Bandit. Mike, look at me. Zipper, Mike.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Second and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mike's 49. I'm going to make 3. 218, chopper. 49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. Hey! Let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
6-6, pull it high. Ready?
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away. Because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, high 7. Shoot.
Throwing on third and long. Stanley under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
You got motion man right there.
They'll run here with Ballage. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
First and 10
at the 39-yard line.
57 is the mic. Rock 56. Hey, Team 6. Team 6. 57 is the mic. Yeah. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
4 down. 5.
Back to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
49 the mic.
He'll drop to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
80 weapon. Check 43.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 57. Yep. 57.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Rock it. Ready?
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On second down, Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Operating from the gun, Stanley. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Man, I got you. 57. Mike, let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57 to Mike. Hey, wahoo! 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Yo, go! Hey, Delta. Look at me. Zipper. Big rip.
Now back to throw. It's caught by Sanders. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So they play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Charger drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to net. That he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 97 yards, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. There he goes left side. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
57 Mike 57. Shoot.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Mike 57. Yes. 57 to Mike. Fair.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
57 to Mike. 50 smooth. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Exit. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. I don't think you got it, son. Hey, lock it. Get it.
Back to throw here. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup. And it's enough for a Dolphins first down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man. It's Williams. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hey, Zoo. Leo. Leo!
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the curve. Yep. 57's the mic. Look. Squeeze. Defense wins championships, baby. Check. Lucky. Defense.
They'll drop the throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll run here with Eckler. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustmts that might be made defensively. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10.
It's run, baby. It's run.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the option. 51 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Stanley. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready. Watch it, you don't want none. Pick up the ball.
From the gun on third down. Stanley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. When they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean, they want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The roughing the kicker called on fourth down. What a big break. Leads to a first and 10.
General West.
Now Eckler, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the gun, Stanley. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll set up a throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but now it's third down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Pass complete here to Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
He's got it to Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
57's Mike. Mike 57. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all right. Hey, Echo. You're all right.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete to Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Go. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Down right around the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Again, it's Balaj. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Returnable for Grant. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. You can't block me.
2nd and 9 now. And this is Parker, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Motion. Hey, orbit.
And Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Set up. 10 logo.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Get it.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
70, Indy.
2nd and 9. 57, 36-yard.
I'm going back to you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
See
Yeah.
what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
These babies cry all the way back home, yo. 61, Matchbox Lights. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Go, 90, Wolf.
Let's go, G. Tighten up.
X3, 218, chopper. 5.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
You got him.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Stanley. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Get it. 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
He'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. 23 yards on the play. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Kill, 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 kill.
He'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
32-yard line.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to get back on track next.